Hi guys, Erin here for another book review. Today I will be doing Along for the Ride by Sarah Dessen. And as usual, I wrote notes and typed them up on the computer because I can't read my own handwriting for some reason. So anyway, spoilers ahead, so beware. My favorite character so far is Auden West because she is a socially awkward intellectual who tries to find her way in the world, and besides that, she's an insomniac, and I used to be an insomniac. When I was 10, my Aunt Beth, she got me a Nintendo, and for the next, 4 years, I played it every single night until, well past midnight. Mom, I'm sorry if you're watching this, but that's the reason why I became an insomniac. Then I got into reading again, so I stayed up reading, and I could stay awake for hours on end. Anyway, my other favorite character is Eli, and I forget his last name, so don't blame me for that. He's the quiet, brooding teenager, and if I was still a teenager, I'm 21 now, if I was still a teenager, I would sort of like Eli's type. My least favorite characters, this is gonna get interesting, were Auden's mom and dad. I hated them. You would not believe it. I hated Auden's mom because she decides Auden's future for her. She's a control freak with no positive qualities about her, and I just hate her. You know, it's just weird because you want to be your own person, but with somebody controlling you, you can't really develop as you wish you could. And that just bothered me, and I hated Auden's dad because he ignores Auden, he ignores her brother Hollis, he ignores his new wife Heidi, who's 20 years younger than him, and he ignores his ex-wife, and he ignores his newborn baby, I forget her name, Thisbe. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I can't blame him for hating his ex-wife because if I was married to her, I'd hate her too. But he's a selfish, ego-driven moron with a PhD in whatever. Who cares if he's so-called intelligent with his career? I still hate him. How can you not hate someone like that? I mean, he's just damningly ridiculous. My favorite part? To be honest, I really didn't have a favorite part because romance novels aren't quite my thing. If there's a romance in, science fiction or fantasy novels, I will love that. But if it's just plain, straight-up romance, I hate it. It simply wasn't my cup of tea, as my mom would say, even though I'm holding a glass of red wine. Where was I? I actually have 6 of Sarah Dessen's romance novels, but I haven't gotten through, 4 of them, even though I've read 2, the, Along for the Ride, and then Someone Like You, but I was gagging midway through the book, and I was getting a headache, so I just had to stop reading it. The reason I have 6 of her novels, of Sarah Dessen's books, is because one of my friends told me to broaden my reading horizons because all I read are murder mysteries, science fiction, thrillers, fantasy, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you've seen my bookshelves, and that's not even all of them. I have 150 paperback and hardcover books, but I also have 600 some odd books on my Kindle. And I haven't done any book reviews for the Kindle editions. But anyway, I'm not really enjoying reading romance novels. And even though reading is meant to be fun, reading a romance novel just really isn't what I like doing. My least favorite part was pretty much any scene with Auden's parents. And I also hated the scene where Auden hooked up with Jake, Eli's older brother. And I just have to say, girls, for someone who... Oh my god. How did I say this? Save yourself for somebody who wants to be with you and who you want to give your heart to and not just your body. Wait for that book addict boyfriend that we're all dreaming of getting because he will appear. Trust me. And for the quotes I liked in Along for the Ride, there weren't really many that I actually liked or that stood out to me. So there's that too. If you didn't like Along for the Ride, that's great. If you liked or loved Along for the Ride, that's great too. I'm not dictating to you what you should read. These are just my opinions on books that I'm reading currently. No offense to Sarah Dessen, of course, because her writing style is really popular with different people, and that's great too. The one thing that I think was really interesting was how all of Sarah Dessen's novels are somehow connected. If you read on Wikipedia about the characters in Sarah Dessen's books, they're all somehow connected. They have similar names or whatever, and that was really cool, having all intertwining books, and that's one thing that I actually liked. So anyway, I'm going to finish this glass of wine. I'm going to read another book, and have a good day, everybody!